But today, guys, we have to focus on Real Madrid. I will be telling you a lot about Real Madrid, the manager, and all the rest, as promised yesterday, I told you. And I will quickly touch on that today. But obviously, the big breaking news today is coming about Real Madrid and what's happening once again at the training ground. Because I told you in a video yesterday, the situation is very tense at Real Madrid. I was confirming to you a few days ago how there was a fight between two players already a few months ago. But things have been happening, unfortunately, for Real Madrid, because it's a serious situation also in the recent days and in the recent hours. So what's going on? The story came out of Marca, one of the most important newspapers in Spain and in Europe, and it's fully confirmed. Yesterday, Fede Valverde and Aurélien Tchouameni had a fight in training. It was a very tense situation, a very complicated situation between them. Then the situation didn't get resolved over the night. Despite the fight happening in the training session on Wednesday, the expectation normally when these things happen, because this can be part of football, was to sort everything immediately on Wednesday. And that wasn't the case. On Thursday, today, when they returned to Valdebebas, for those who don't know, Valdebebas is the training ground of Real Madrid, outside of the center, when they met today for training, the situation was very tense. Tchouameni and Valverde, despite being encouraged by some teammates, were not able to agree and to cancel the dispute of the day before. The situation was tense again in training, even during the training session. It's true that some tackles took place, a tense exchange between the two, a very complicated situation to manage also for the staff and also for the teammates. From what I'm hearing, Álvaro Arbeloa didn't enter the dispute, so it was directly between Tchouameni and Fede Valverde. And then after the training, the situation really degenerated, and the situation became really complicated because it became really tense between the two. It's true that Fede Valverde got hit and went straight to the hospital. Then he returned to Valdebebas after that together with his family, but the situation is very, very tense. Unfortunately for Real Madrid and for two fantastic players, because it's sad when these kind of things happen, but it's the reality. So the story from Marca is 100% confirmed. Even RMC Sport is reporting that there was a punch by Aurélien Tchouameni to Fede Valverde. This is RMC Sport information. A straight punch from Tchouameni to Valverde, and Valverde losing consciousness and then going to the hospital after suffering even a cut on his head. So a very complicated situation at Real Madrid. Now, what's going to happen next? The expectation, first of all, is for Real Madrid to take disciplinary measures for the two players. So Real Madrid are investigating the situation already today, already now, while I'm recording this video. This is involving everyone in this emergency situation at Real Madrid. Is involving the management, is involving the staff, is involving, obviously, the players, is involving the manager, but is also involving the president. Florentino Perez is aware about the situation. My understanding is that even Florentino Perez already spoke to the players. So there was already that conversation between Florentino and them. Obviously, it's unacceptable for Real Madrid, for the president, for all people who represent Real Madrid to have these sort of situations. One of the problems between the two is how the news got leaked yesterday. And this is why the fight continued today. Because yesterday the news got leaked once again by Marca, and let's say that they were not happy with that. And so this was one of the points being discussed today. Florentino Perez, according to my own information, already spoke to them and to people at Real Madrid. They are deciding on disciplinary measures. So let's see what Real Madrid will decide in terms of sanctions for the two players. There is a Clásico on Sunday at the Camp Nou. If Barcelona win or draw, they will be champions of Spain in front of Real Madrid. So imagine what kind of game it is. And imagine arriving at the game with Real Madrid almost with 0 titles this season, after a really poor season, after a very tense season, with a manager fired like Xabi Alonso, and now also with this situation of two top players in a complicated exchange.